You're tuned in to a Grown Folks production.
In the mix
With the commish, Nate.
I'm sorry. I was taking a nap. I am dead tired, but my name is Nate Lejeune. I am the commissioner of the OMFL, the world's longest online CFM, and welcome to our weekly podcast called Press Pass Live, where we tell the story of the OMFL. And we are in a trademark season here of season 100. And tonight we're talking about the Lions, plus a bunch of lists. We're going to break down a whole bunch of lists, but let's start the show off just right. I'm ready to go take a nap. So we got started early because I am dead tired. We had prom this weekend. Not me personally. I'm not going to prom. That's creepy. I'm an old guy. But my youngest son, he went to prom. All his friends went to come here. They didn't want to go out to eat. So my wife had to cook. Plus we babysit because it was my oldest son and his fiance's birthday this weekend. And so they went out. And then I had to preach this morning. And then we boiled crawfish today on top of yard work. And it's just, I'm tired. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But I am excited that you're here with us tonight. Do me a favor right now. Close the chat. You're going to be listening to Trey here in just a second. Hit the like button, hit the share button, share it out on Twitter, reopen the chat, and come and hang out with us. All right, enough of all of the intro BS stuff. Trey, let's jump right into it. Trey, welcome to the show, bud. How you doing tonight?
I'm tired, tuckered out, happy to stop moving things.
Trey makes me laugh This is Trey. If you have never spoken to Trey, every DM, every message, every interview, every draft show, every hot seat, if Trey is there, you're going to get the energy, the excitement of a sloth. But this guy is never not excited to talk about his Lions. So let's jump right into it, man. You missed 4 weeks, week 2 through week 5, and that kind of stumbled your team out of the blocks a little bit, but you're sitting at 4-4, one game back from the division lead because nobody ran away with it. Tell me where your mindset is coming back to your team in week number 6.
Yeah, I took the 4 weeks off just to deal with the unfortunate events that my family had to deal with. So I knew I couldn't check fully in, and for season 100, I wanted to be 100% checked in for every game. So I got to sit back and I watched the games that were streamed as they were played. The team looked good. So I had that rejuvenated energy when I was finally like, all right, everything's dealt with that we need to deal with. The moving stuff that needed to be moved is done. I can put my focus back into providing for the OMFL. So when it came back to week 6, I was happy that I got a friendly opponent in Rodgers. I was nervous because I didn't know if I was fully going to check back in. But almost instantly, I was like, okay, yep, here we go again.
Yeah, I mean, look, Rodgers is going to make you earn it right out of the gates, and so it seems like you two had a great game. Even in your absence, though, Matthew Stafford broke records in season 99, and well, he's kind of well on his way of doing it here in season 100, even sans the owner in his hands. 23 touchdowns, 62%, 2,600 yards. This guy is 15 years in the league. Tell me about Matthew Stafford and just where he is in his play style right now.
So this is funny. When I made the trade for Stafford in season, I want to say it was 98. I got him back. I didn't know what to expect because a new regression was due. So I was expecting his accuracies were going to drop, his throw power was going to go. I wasn't going to have the strong arm of Matthew Stafford that he's known for. Here we sit at season 97, or not 100, and he still got the throw power. He still got the accuracy. and he's really not regressed other than awareness, which doesn't matter in the user leagues. So it's fun. I still get the Matthew Stafford I know and love, and I get to essentially take him for where the Lions couldn't do in real life. I'm having fun with it, at least.
Tell me what Matthew Stafford does for your team that other quarterbacks just didn't do.
So I had the whole Jared Goff experiment. That lasted about a week. He's got a slow release, and doesn't have the mobility, doesn't have the accuracy deep. It just didn't work. I tried numerous other quarterbacks that had the mobility, didn't have the arm, didn't have the accuracy. Had the accuracy, didn't have the arm power, didn't have the mobility. Had the power, didn't have the accuracy, didn't have the mobility. It just wasn't working. I think for the fact that of being a Detroit Lions fan for over a decade now, that I've actually fully understood the NFL. I grew up playing Madden. Stafford was my quarterback. So I think it's the fact of the familiarity with Stafford. I know his motion. I know his limits. And I know how far I can push it with him. Has helped me more find where I need to get the ball and how long I have to get that ball out.
All right, fact of the day. Madden says that Matthew Stafford is carrying the ball 6,551 yards per carry. This guy has amazing statistics whenever he tucks and runs the ball. So you're going to need to start putting that into some of your game plan. Your running backs has never really been like something in the last couple of seasons that has been a super strong suit, but your passing game and this new now second-year player in Alex Belton just seems to be a massive playmaker for you. 51 receptions, 859 yards, 12 touchdowns already this season. He set the touchdown record last season. Tell me about Alex Belton.
So I went into last year's draft. I knew I still had the Rams pick, and I believe I ended up falling in third place with that. And I knew from the previous seasons I needed a speed receiver. I think the fastest I had was 90. And everybody's out there with their 95, 96 speed corners just eating me alive. So when the speed was there, I said, you know what? That's my priority with the Rams pick. I am getting a speed receiver. Belton had the fastest 40 that I had found. So I was like, you know what? I'll roll with it. He's 5'9". That's not typically what I look for. I usually look for a guy that's at least 6 foot, but I need something to take somebody's speed guy away from covering a guy like a Monroe St. Brown, he's not the fastest receiver, but he's such a good route runner that if the guy's not a great man coverage corner or, a zone, he's going up against a zone, he can beat it rather quickly.
Let's talk about your defense. You've been a guy that in Madden 21 built one of the top defenses through the draft that the OMFL probably has ever seen. You had a multitude of players that could have been Madden imports into Madden 22. You ended up taking Doug Glenn, who is completely dominated. Now we're going to get to the rest of your defense, but a big move this past offseason in the draft, some safeties fell to you. You ended up going safety, and you moved Doug Glenn from safety to cornerback, and it seems like it hasn't affected him at all. Tell me about the move, the idea behind the move, and how well he's played for you so far this season.
Yeah, I put my emphasis on scouting for safeties at the beginning of season 99 because I had a weakness there. I had Doug, but I didn't have really somebody opposite of him. Well, throughout the season, I had a safety go from normal dev to superstar dev. So he kind of developed throughout the tail end of the season now with the regression system and how it is. He's back down to normal, but he's still a viable safety. So when it fell, I think I had pick 28, and there really been nothing else I had my eyes on. as I must say, position that I needed, as Stafford was still around. Stafford hadn't regressed like I expected him to. I have my running backs. I had offensive line that I liked. I had my D line that I liked. I had my linebackers. So it was just like, yeah, I'll take the best player that I know is available. Jabari James, it turned out to be better than what I had initially thought. So I figured start him at free safety and I'd start Doug at strong. And I looked at the other guy and I'm like, hold on a second. I developed him for a whole season. Why would I put him on the bench? So then I looked and I was like, wait, Doug also has good man coverage and zone. I'm really lacking a corner that has both. I have strong man corners, but not so strong zone corners. Maybe this will be an addition to help. And so I said, yeah, let's try it. And so far, through the 8 weeks we've played, he's got 6 picks. I can't complain.
Yep, Doug Glenn just seems to do it all for you. 6 interceptions, 13 deflections. One more in Doug Glenn before we talk about the rest of your defense. We'll look at your record and then we'll get you out of here. What does Doug Glenn allow you to do on defense that you couldn't do without him?
I look at Doug Glenn as almost reminiscent of Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott was one of those guys you could put anywhere in that DB core, and people had to keep an eye out because either 1, he was going to take the ball from you by picking it off. 2, he was going to level you and you were going to fumble. Or 3, he was just going to cause a disturbance and blow up a play.
James, the rookie free safety that kind of fell to you at number 3, plethora of big picks because of the real life trade by the Lions. Tell me about his rookie season so far and what has he allowed you to do playing the back of the field?
I was quite surprised at how well he's played. I look at him as very comparison to Ed Reed in a way. He flies around the field and is always seeming to be where the ball is. So I can leave him out there by himself in like a cover 3 defense, or I could put him in man coverage and he'll do just fine. It's a weird aspect to have that I have essentially 2 corners that could play both, or 2 safeties essentially that could have played both corner and safety. It's a nice aspect to have.
Yep, it is not a bad one to have. Now let's look at your standings real quick. The Packers are leading the division, but just by 1 game, sitting at 5-3. Your Lions are at 4-4. The Vikings and Bears have kind of fallen back now, both sitting at 2-6. You're back here. You're with your team. What are some realistic expectations as the Lions finish out season 100?
I've got 9 games left. It's going to be a tough schedule, but the fact that Priest, Truth, and Duval didn't run away with the division leaves it that I'm still hunting for be the king of the North. I definitely think that's still a possibility. I know Priest, I believe, plays the Eagles this week. I'm on a bye, so I'm going to be hunting them next week when I play them.
You're on a 3-game winning streak, 35-24 against the Texans, 31-14 against the Rams, 38-17 against the Bears. You're on a bye week this week. Then we got Packers, Vikings, Titans, Colts, Bears, Seahawks, and then it gets tough. Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, and Vikings to wrap up the season. As you get ready for that kind of end of the season run there with the Seahawks, 49ers, and Jaguars, what do you need to see from your team to be prepared?
I definitely need to start trying to get that run game more efficient. I can't just rely on the pass first those guys because that will just eat me alive. I know I haven't really played Modelli before, so it'll be a new experience trying to see how he uses the Seahawks to his advantage. Me and Penguins go way back. It's still the student versus the teacher. The students kind of upended the teacher as of late, so I got to get back on them for that. And last few years, I think I've got an understanding to how to slow Brady down, so it'll be nice to see if I can still keep that game plan effective.
Well, we're glad you're back. Tell us the one thing to watch for from your Lions as we wrap up season 9. Oh, I shouldn't say wrap up season 9. I said we're in week 9 of season 100. So right at the halfway mark. What is one thing to watch for? And then we're going to do a little word association to get you out of here.
One thing to watch for is expect Amon St. Brown to be showing up a little bit more.
All right, there you have it. Let's start with a little word association. Tell me the first word or phrase that comes to mind when you hear things like Matthew Stafford.
Goat.
Chicago Bears.
Great team, honestly, and great owner.
NFC.
The powerhouse.
AFC.
Needs to step up.
Jaguars run of OMFL Bowls.
Questionable.
Favorite position to play on Madden.
Linebacker.
Run or pass.
Normally run.
Inside or outside.
Outside.
Play action or deep bomb.
Both.
There you have it. And finally, Coach Trey, the OMFL.
Best place I found for football.
Trey, it has been a pleasure to have you here. We're going to do more of these. I think there's just like, I've said this to the board a couple of times. I was going to say this during Press Pass Live, but on your way out of here tonight, as everyone in the OMFL scene, you're getting like personal messages from me. I think over the years, I've gotten away from building relationships kind of with 31 different guys and just kind of focused on the main guys that run the board and leave everybody else alone unless there's an issue. But the last couple of years that has gotten like a little worse. So I'm trying to like take time to get to know people a little bit better. And it's funny that I get these reactions of like, what's up? What do you need? Like Colin is the worst. Like Colin is like one sentence answers like, please leave me alone, please don't come back in my DMs. I just think like something really neat happens when we get people on camera. It makes us like human, and it realizes, oh, there's another human on the other side who, has good days and bad days and a family and responsibilities, and we're all trying to do this as a hobby. So Coach Trey, thanks for coming on and talking about your Lions. I appreciate you, man. Good luck in season 100. We can't wait to see how it closes out for you.
Sure. Later, Nate.
And we have it. Coach Trey of the Detroit Lions. He is up and out of here. Trey's a character, man. He's been one of those owners that I feel like I've really grown with in a lot of different ways. Like I've watched him in like different versions of Trey. I think as he kind of has found his footing here, and maybe that's not a great way to phrase what I'm trying to say, but like as he's kind of found his way in the OMFL, and when he's just kind of found grown in like how to communicate, and he's been a board member and he's taken a break from it, and he tries to help guys on the side, and he's kind of grown there, and I've seen him grow in his FPR and just like all of the things. So I really appreciate Trey for being here. Okay, let's talk about why we're here, and that isn't to hear me sit here and continue to ramble on. I want to give you some facts of the week. Usually I'm supposed to be breaking down a division, so let me quickly break down another division. I think we've been doing one by one, so we're over to the AFC South, and then I'm going to give you 4 facts. It's supposed to be 3, but I couldn't help myself. I'm giving you 4 facts of the OMFL, and actually, I forgot. I completely forgot. Let me get over here. Let me bring this back up. Let's get over here. We have the OMFL news, so let's bring in the OMFL news with Coach Brady.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, giving you the OMFL news. And right now, got all kinds of stuff going on here. Let's see if I can get this up here. But anyway, man, welcome to a return week to the news. Haven't been able to do it the last couple because of AAU stuff, but But yeah, man, we back in this bitch. But real quick, man, let's talk about game of the week. It looks like game of the week this week is the Giants versus the 49ers. And try and click over here real quick and see what the story is about this game. Let's see what Daddy Leagues is thinking about this game. Find it. There it is. There it is. There it is. So right now, Daddy Leagues is predicting a 26-26 tie in favor of the nobody. Says a tie. That's what the prediction is this week. But it looks like the slight edge goes to the Niners, who only allows 20 points a game versus the Giants 21. They have a better rush yards allowed. They have a better run defense versus Giants have the better pass defense. Edge and sacks will go to the Giants. Passing yards, the Giants. Rushing yards, the Giants. Red zone defense will go to the Giants. And then you have offensive red zone going to the Niners. Third down percentage goes over to the Giants. And looks like they're going to have 2 turnovers for the Niners and 1 turnover for the Giants. So you got Niners with 2, Giants with 1. But that's the prediction. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. We'll be right back after this.
Brady makes me laugh, man. He was long-winded, and he gave me 4 this week, so we're going to squeeze in a 4th one that I actually forgot to get prepared. All right, let's save the Jaguars for last. We're going to skip the Colts, mainly because Steve has disappeared. I'm putting out a missing persons report for Steve. I don't even know what to say about our guy Steve. I'm worried. I don't super know him. He was pretty new here, and I was getting to know him, and it just sucks that Steve isn't around now. And so hopefully, Steve, you're okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about our guy named Steve. He's missing. We're going to let his team continue to hold it down, mainly because we don't have a current owner to fill these spots just yet. But we will be looking to replace him. I'm also hoping he comes back, and I don't know what I'm hoping. Because for you to go MIA, it's either, I don't know. It's usually not good. And I don't want bad things. I'm not wishing bad things on Steve. I don't know what I want. Hopefully, Steve, you're okay. And hopefully we'll find another owner. And we find out that Steve's internet blew up for 6 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, but let's talk about the Titans and our buddy Little Koch. He's on a 2-game losing streak right now. This was a team that was in the playoffs, so it would always be one of the top teams in the AFC, but he's struggled since the switch back to sim mode. Not quite know what has affected his team. He's pretty much bought that team back. He's got a really good team. Let's look at his roster really fast. And then we're going to look at our buddy Raj and the Titans before we go look at the OMFL champions. Doug Henry, he's got Benedict, the second-year quarterback. Second-year quarterbacks, he's at 85 overall. He's got 95 throwing power, 81 short, 90 medium, 87 deep accuracy. So he's got like all of the tools that make things happen. Plus he's got the 80 speed. Derrick Henry's still getting it done at 99 overall. And then we got Clyde Edwards-Hilaire sitting there at 91 right there as a backup running back. So 2 really good running backs. Booth, the rookie, gives him a little bit of speed there at receiver. Brown is still getting it done. Gatewood is an absolute stud at 98 speed. And then Jabari James, I didn't even know. Bengals, Dimper, what have you done? No Burrow, no Chase. Oh my goodness. And he's got my old guy Deontay Harris over there. So lots of speed, lots of good route running, lots of really good playmakers. At tight end, he's got Hawkins, Olsen, and Carlisle. All guys that have lots of speed. Carlisle potentially could be an issue to have to deal with. Left tackle, 76 overall. Stanton, 81. Riviera, 82. Davis at 83. Ziegler at 76. So you don't love the two bookends. Ziegler is a superstar, but you love the center of that offensive line. Plenty good enough to be able to compete in this league. Clyde Farrell, still a good player, 82 overall, 82 speed. Landry at 85 speed coming off the other edge, a defensive tackle. You got Simmons and Hand. Those are some really good players here. Baker, a really good outside linebacker. Devin White is a superstar. Jalen Brown at the other outside linebacker. He's got all of the tools. He's got speed at cornerback. My goodness, just looking at this team on paper, it's like I don't ever want to play them, but clearly something has been amiss for their team here early in the season. I don't know why we're going back, because we know it's going to be the Houston Texans and then the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's get back over here and let's look at the Houston Texans before we go break down your champion Jacksonville Jaguars. At quarterback, you still have Desean Watson. This is something I was thinking watching his last game, because I don't get to watch all of them, but we get to talk a lot. He really should implement a few more quarterback runs, quarterback scrambles. He admits he doesn't use that part of Desean Watson, but Desean can make the ball get to anywhere. Jake Funk, 89 speed kind of hurts him a little bit, but this guy can break a few plays here and there. And I watched him in his last game actually kind of gash. I forget exactly who he was playing, but he got a couple gash runs. Ahmed here can still run with some speed. Texans could do a little work there at halfback. At receiver, you got Gallup, Winslow, Collins. These guys can all run. Kuti, right? Like, these guys can all run. They can go everywhere. Mike Hurts, the rookie at 96 speed. Just speed on top of speed and size. These are really, really good wide receivers for this team. At tight end, you got Richardson, who's really good, 77 overall, 85 speed at 6'4". You like Jordan, you like Cook. All of these guys are really serviceable tight ends. Larry Tunzel at left tackle, you're set there. Howard, Wilson, so it kind of gets weaker after Tunzel. That could be some of the problem here. At left end, Espinoza at 74 speed. I don't know if he runs a 3-4 or a 4-3 here. These guys all look like 3-4 guys, so maybe that's some of the problem. I'm not sure. Maybe he's running a 4-3. He definitely could invest into defensive line for sure. Townsend can run, make tons of plays. We're going to talk about him a little bit later on. Zach Cunningham can still make things happen. Dalton Flynn, you really like him. Dion Levine, like these guys can all run. They're big, 6'1", 6'2", 237, 254. And then Easton Madden, his import, we know what he can do. At cornerback, you got Peters. So you got some aging cornerbacks here. A little slower, but still some guys that can make some plays for you. He's definitely going to have to invest into the cornerback situation. Oscar Session, the rookie, he can fly around. 75 overall, 91 speed. I really, really like this player. I thought that was a great pick for him during the draft. Jordan Whitehead, this guy can still make tons of plays. 87 speed, 88 acceleration, 82 overall. And then Cantrell can still come in and play a pretty dynamic spot. Now let's go look at the Jaguars before we make some news. Actually, not news. I'm going to give you my facts of the week. My 4 facts of the week. Trevor Lawrence, 91 overall. I kind of expected him to be a little bit higher, but look, Brady doesn't super concentrate on his quarterbacks. He lets his quarterbacks be complementary pieces to the outside weapons. He's going to run the ball on you. He's going to run 4, 5, 6 guys. He's going to call your mom out of the stands, and he's going to run her right up the middle. But Lawrence can make every throw. He's also got some speed to run around and make some things happen. All of these guys are going to get carries. All of these guys can carry the ball and play really good. You would think Ben Morris would be kind of the superstar of this group, but he really will run all of these guys pretty equally. Whoever has the hot hand that day is going to get most of the carries. Kind of this wide receivers core, it is Chenault who is his like go-to guy. Now, Shark will stretch you. He'll hit Shark for some good plays. But Chenault is like his go-to weapon when he needs a big third down, when he needs a big play. He'll look for Chenault. At tight end, you got Ian Thomas. He will definitely attack you with Ian Thomas. He knows how to put pressure on your linebackers, and he has this really great sixth sense to call really good plays at really good times. Walker Little at left tackle. Osmaye, I forget how to say his name. Linder, really good center there. Bentley, a pretty good left or right guard. Everybody else is just kind of okay, but they work really well together as a unit. And I'm assuming this. I haven't got to talk to Brady, but I'm assuming he gets the really good center. He kind of pumps everybody else up from that offensive line, and he's able to get those guys that play way above their ratings. Brian Salas, pretty good defensive end, 75 overall. I mean, he's a third-year guy, so not super duper sexy there. Mac, though, is going to come off the edge. He's going to make plays. We know what this kid, right? These guys right here, they'll put pressure on you all day long. Parrish pushing the pocket right up the middle, 86 overall, 75 speed, 98 strength with an 86 block shed. These guys just push the center of the pocket. If you try to roll out, we got those other two guys that are going to come after you. Chason from LSU, lots of speed off of the left end. He's able to kind of blitz you, send some rushers off the edge, and cover a lot of ground. Miles Jack, he plays really great with Miles Jack and Josh Allen. I mean, who wouldn't want these three linebackers on the field all the time? At cornerback, Griffin, Campbell, Claybrooks, McCullers, Riles. All of them can run. All of them except for Claybrooks are big. These guys are just athletic freaks. Good coverage, 90 and 89 from Griffin, 91-74 from Campbell, 79-63. That's the one's a little bit shaky, and it gets a little shaky after that. But these two right here are pretty stud, outstanding guys. And then Claybrooks can come in, play that nickel position, and cover the fast guys that you put out there. Sessions, 72 overall, third-year player, got 91 speed. Spellman's also got 90 speed. Cisco at 94 speed. So even his safeties could come in, play cornerback. I mean, all of these guys are over 90 speed. They can run around and make tons of plays. And you see why the Jacksonville Jaguars are two-time back-to-back champions, why they win so many games, why they go undefeated, and why they have really, really great seasons. All right, let's talk about my facts of the week. I'm giving you 4. The first 2 are going to go hand to hand, and that is, it is Wideland in the East. Over here at the AFC East, the Jets have a 4-game lead over the AFC East. I would have never in a million years have called this. Dolphins 2-6, Patriots at 2-5, Bills at 2-6. These teams have struggled with the move over here. Bill seems to be getting a couple of things figured out, but my guy lost Sniper 5 in a row. It is really hurting his team. And then the NFC East, the Giants are sitting here with a 2-game lead. Eagles stumbling out of the block. Football team, I thought they were going to be much, much more improved this season. And then the Cowboys sitting at 4-4. He was gone for, I think, 2 games, but he's back now. Can he get some things turned around for this team in the right direction? I know he won his last one, so he's won 2 in a row here, but he's got a bit of a hole here to pull himself out of. The stats don't look too bad. 237 points for him, 191 against him. That's going to put him towards the top, pretty close to where the Giants are, but the Giants sitting pretty with a 2-game lead. My other crazy stat of the week are your offensive and defensive team leaders. Let's see if we can get over here and show you a couple of team stats. The number 1 offense in the league overall are going to be the Cleveland Browns. 4,165 total yards, 300, that would be terrible. 3,480 offensive yards, 2,612 passing yards, 868 rushing yards, 29 pass touchdowns, and 7 rush touchdowns with 137 first downs. Why am I showing I bumped it, sorry, 133 first downs. The Browns are your number one offensive team in the league, and that is not something I think anyone would have thought. And then your number one overall offense or defense in the league, my Saints. Another thing that I did not think would happen, 2,190 total yards, 1,449 passing yards, 741 rushing yards, 131 points, 27 sacks, 8 fumbles, and 19 interceptions. My team is just lucky right now. They're making plays, and they're carrying my team to a 7-1 average, and that gets us to the OMFL news number 2. Brady, take it away, buddy.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, back at it again. So I hope everybody's been doing well. I just got loud for no reason. But anyway, hope everybody's doing well, man. Yo, Steve, 1977, man. If you see this stream this week, man, have somebody reach out, bro. Let us know what's going down. Hope all is well with Steve, 1977. As he has been MIA. But, now that we back at it, man. Off this week from AAU basketball. Been typing and tallying all kinds of stuff for the upcoming interview for the varsity position over here from, where I live. And yeah, man. Go take our shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about some power rankings. So right now, man, in the power rankings, man, you got the Jaguars sitting at number 1, Cardinals at number 2, Giants at number 3, Saints at number 4, Niners at number 5, Jets at number 6, Chargers at 7, Panthers at 8, Steelers at 9, Browns at 10. That right there is the top 10 power rankings for the week. And then also, let's talk about last week's players of the week. Offensively went to Chris Grant, wide receiver, 4 catches, 183 for 2 TDs. And then defensive player of the week went to the Sam Hubbard of the defensive lines. Both lines players, got in there. But Sam Hubbard, left end, 5 tackles, 5 sacks, no interceptions, and 1 forced fumble on the day. And yeah, man. That's it, yo. I'm out. Right back after this.
My guy Brady makes me laugh every single time. Brady very reflective this week on the OMFL news. I'm picking up on that reflective energy. You're going to do great, Brady. Don't worry about it at all. Okay, let's do some betting lines. These were just a couple of lines that really jammed out to me whenever I was looking at it. My phone's about to die, so we're going to try to make this really fast. 49ers are only laying 7 against the Seattle Seahawks. Modell's team hasn't quite played up to their potential. Penguins is rocking and rolling. You're only laying 7 in that game. I would lay 7 in that game. I think you're going to be in a really good place. The Jets, they're only laying 5. I'm already out. I spent all my money. I got blown up on 1 week. I don't know what happened. But the Jets only laying 5. Duval, false start this season. He's just struggling, and he hasn't quite put all the pieces together. And Tim's got his Jets rocking and rolling. You're only laying 5 at home. I'd lay that bet every single time. The Bengals. Nope. Where's my guy? Oh, here he is. The Bengals, you're laying 2 on the road against Lost Sniper. We just talked about Lost. I don't know why either one of my buddies here are struggling. I don't know them, that intimately to see exactly why their teams are struggling. But these are 2 very good winning franchises who are known for winning, who are always winning, and they're just struggling. Lost Snipers on a 5-game losing streak. You're only laying 2 on the road. I mean, that just means that you think Cincy will come out with a victory. I think that they will. If they will, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. If they get the field goal win, at the least, they're going to get the victory there. You're only laying 2. One game that I was going to go ahead and lay a bet on, and that would have been the Texans +4. I liked them at home to win this one outright. God, what is wrong with me? Outright. And you got 4 points, and look at that. It would have worked for you as they come away with a 30-23 victory over the Miami Dolphins. And then finally, my guy Kevin and his Eagles, you're getting +7. You're getting a touchdown at home against the Green Bay Packers. One big interception, momentum goes against you on the road. We know Priest can kind of put the ball in harm's way. Sometimes he was on this show 2 weeks ago. Yeah, not this week, but last week. He was our last guest before trade this week. You're getting 7 at home. I know that Kevin's season hasn't been what he wants it to be, and Priest has kind of turned the corner here a little bit. Pressure's on. Trey's back. You're on the road. You're playing Kevin. I like getting 7 at home. So that is what we're betting on this week. When we come back, we're going to look at some rookies, and then we're going to open up the mailbag, and we're going to deuce you out of here. It's been a little bit longer of a show, but it's been worth it. Let's get over to Brady and the OMFL News number trade.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior. Give me the OMFL News live. So I hope everybody's doing good. You seen my last take, man. Hope everything's going good with Steve 1977, man. He's been MIA, and I just hope everything's all good with him. But moving on, man, let's go ahead and talk about the offensive and defensive statistical leaders. All right, so right now, let's go ahead and look at passing. Right now, Kenny Dickerson leads all quarterbacks with 64.2 completion percentage, 2,834 yards, 10 yards per average, 82 long, 29 TDs, but 20 interceptions. That's god awful. And he's been sacked 20 times. Over in the rushing stats, you have Marion Clancy leading all running backs with 209 attempts, 970 yards, 4.6 average, 70 long, 2 fumbles, 20 plus runs, 20 broken tackles, and 9 TDs. Over in the receiving side for the offensive statistical leaders, you have Glenn Winslow, Houston, 47 reps, 1,072 yards, 22.8 average. He's got an 89 long, 6 drops, 164 yards after catch, and 9 TDs. And get over here to the defensive side of things. You got Brian Burns leading all sack leaders. Well, actually, it's a tie. Brian Burns of Carolina and Javon Kinlaw from New Orleans. They both have 16 tackles, 10 sacks. Burns has 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 1 TD. And then it looks like a fumble recovery for Kinlaw. And that's all the stats that he has. But over here on the tackle leaders, Bob B. Wagner. Looks like he's got 53 tackles, 1 sack, 1 fumble recovery, 5 deflections, and And then lastly, you got our interception leader. It's actually a tie at the top. You have John Johnson III out of Cleveland, and Noah from Miami. I'm not about to butcher that last name. Ooh, no, I'm good. And Noah IG. That's what I'm gonna say. Johnson has 31 tackles. Noah has 16 tackles. They both have 8 interceptions. Now, deflections, 8 deflections go to Johnson, 15 deflections goes to Noah, and Noah is the only one with the TD at the moment. So, that was the offense and defensive statistical leaders right there. And we're going to get you back over there to Nate and the Press Pass Live crew. And, man, see what's shaking. I'll let you next time, man. It's your boy Brady.
All right, we got one more with Brady before we get out of here. I'm going to give you my top 5 impact rookies so far this season. I'm actually going to give you a bonus one. I'm going to give you 6 because I couldn't decide whenever we got over to the defensive side. There's probably a couple other guys we could have put in here. If I didn't talk about your guy, don't worry. Don't save me a DM or at me on Twitter. I gotta spread the love. We gotta talk about a bunch of different players. We gotta start right here with this guy though, Marion Clancy. This dude is just a superstar. 209 rushing attempts, 970 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 121.3 yards per game. He does have 2 fumbles, but 20 broken tackles and 219 yards after contact. This guy is a star. He has really helped change kind of the way that Green Bay plays, not having to take as many chances. And when we've seen Priest play his best football in the OMFL, it's been whenever he's got a running back like this that he can give the rock for. Marion Clancy, he's my number 1 guy. Looking at the receivers, we got to come over. Is this who I want to talk about? Is he a tight end? Uh-oh. It is a tight end. I lifted him as a wide receiver. Colin, you tricky little dog here. I think Colin, he likes that 50% rule, and so he's going to use it. I think he's killing him, though, not to use one of these receivers, even though I bet yep, right there. Yeah, I'm telling you, Colin knows how to put up some crazy points. Dwayne Calhoun out of Georgia, 244 pounds, 6'6". He's got 53 receptions, 1,061 yards. Just had a barn burner of a game against Brady, which let me just pause and say, you guys aren't submitting any OMFL games for Instant Classic games. And there have been tons of Instant Classic games. All you got to do, if you're on Twitch, download it, upload it to a YouTube page, link it to our page. If you're already on YouTube, just link it to our page, submit it, you get free incentive points, and we get a really awesome thread full of Instant Classic games. This sounded like it should have been another one. This guy's got 8 touchdowns already, 117.9 yards per game. That's 20 yards per catch. That's outstanding for a tight end out of Georgia, making tons of plays. My number 3 guy is a guy that I've actually played recently, and he really caught my attention, and that's going to be Adrian Espinoza with the Las Vegas Raiders. This guy's not putting up super sexy stats, but he's the best quarterback to come out last season. 1,817 yards, 131 completions out of 219 attempts, 59%, which for a rookie in the OMFL, especially this year, that's not too bad. 10 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. That's a really good ratio for a rookie quarterback. You'll take that every single time. The 6'4", 233 quarterback out of Oklahoma State is getting it done for the Las Vegas Raiders. And that comes in at my number 3 impact rookie. Now, we're going to get over here and talk a little defense. And we're going to spread the love with our defensive leaders here. Let me see if we can find him, because, of course, we can't do this by rookie. So let me make sure I got my name. It's going to be our buddy, the Bills and Outlaw. This is not him. Where is he at? I hate that we can't look at rookies. We're buying time. I'm looking for, there he is, Nazar Womack. Oh, he's a cornerback. My bad. I don't know why. I thought he was a linebacker. I got to do better looking at my research here. 6'1", 192. The kid out of Buffalo stays home, and he's making an impact for his home team. The rookie's got 51 tackles, 37 solo, which is pretty outstanding for a cornerback. 14 assists, 3 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, and 6 deflections. Deflections? I don't know what deflections is. What's happening to your money right this second. Deflections is what this guy does on the football field. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I really want to go to bed. Nazar Womack is a guy that really caught my eye, and he's going to come in as my 4th best player. But coming in as my 5th and 6th. Is going to be a kid out of Houston. Actually, we're just going to do it this way. It's probably going to be way faster. Yes, it's going to be Oscar Sessions, free safety out of Idaho. I'm sorry, guys. There's no easy way to like get all of this stuff, and well, Madden doesn't give it to me the way I wish. Daddy Leagues did. 202 pounds, 5'11", 29 solo tackles, but 27 assists. So he's steadily coming in the box and helping wrap up some tackles for 52 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 9 deflections, which is pretty good from a free safety. Free safety Oscar Sessions is coming in as my 5th best impact defensive player this year. And then finally, that's going to bring us to our last one, which is going to come from the Philadelphia Eagles, who is really needing to rebuild that defense. We kind of talked about that a little bit on Saints and Sinners this week. But this rookie right here, Zach Whitlock, out of Wisconsin, 5'11", 225 pounds. He's got 50 total tackles, 31 solo, 19 assists, 9 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, no sacks, but 2 deflections. This kid's, from a left outside linebacker perspective, is making lots of plays to lead your team from the left outside linebacker position is a pretty good thing. Zach Whitlock is making plays for his team and doing really, really well, and he is my 6th best impact rookie of the year. All right, let's get to our last OMFL news. Look at the mailbag, wrap this big boy up, and get out of here. Brady, take it away.
What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy.
Brady's not going to take it away. Give me just a
What's
second.
good, everybody, man?
I've
It's
gotta
your
make one
boy
little change.
Brady.
So Brady's on your screen, but he's not saying anything. And I should just like the talk on top of him. He's probably saying how great the Jaguars are,
push
how
out some
great
content.
he is,
You feel me?
and how
But
we should
let's
all
go ahead
listen to him.
and finish this. Wrap this bad boy up with a way too soon
We're gonna rewind that. Brady, take it away again.
season ranking. And what's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady, senior man, giving you the OMFL news live. Hey, and yeah, man, we just trying to push out some content. You feel me? But let's go ahead and finish this. Wrap this bad boy up with a way too soon postseason ranking. And we're gonna look at the AFC side first and their bubble teams, and then we'll move over to the NFC side. But over in the AFC side right now, if the playoffs was to start today, Jaguars would be the number 1 seed, and then you would have a matchup of the Jets at number 2 going against Cincinnati Bengals, who are number 7. Then you would have a matchup of the Chargers going against the Texans, 3 versus 6. And then you would have the number 4 Steelers going against the number 5 Browns if the postseason was to start today. Bubble teams in the AFC are the Broncos at number 8, Titans at number 9, and the Las Vegas Raiders at 10. And real quick over in the AFC, gosh, you can't be a bubble team talking about winning the Super Bowl, bro. I'm just saying. But anyway, moving on to the NFC side, anyway, number 1 seed goes to the Cardinals, and then it's followed up with these playoff matchups. Number 2 Giants would face number 7 Falcons. The number 3 Saints would face the number 6 Panthers, and the number 4 Packers would face the number 5 49ers. The bubble teams in the NFC side are the number 8 Seahawks, number 9 the Cowboys, and number 10 the Lions. Dwayne, you good? Dwayne, you good? 4-4, bruh. Like, ain't no way. Then again, the NFC is the wild, wild west. I'm just saying. That's what I've heard. But anywho, it's your boy. Hey, wait. Pow, 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 pow. Shots fired. But anyway, man, it's your boy Brady, man. As always, man, love doing these. But sorry, I've been MIA, just trying to get some stuff situated for the basketball stuff. Y'all know I love some coaching, some basketball, bro. Y'all know that shit. But hey, I'm out. Like sauerkraut, man. I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Brady, for the OMFL news. Let's get over here. And let's see if we can do this. Let's do this. Is that what we want? That is what we want. I think that's what we want. Is that what we want? No, this is what we want right here. We're going to bring up this bad boy. This is what we want. All right, let's do a little interacting here. All right, now last time we were together, this did not work at all. So we're gonna log in. We're gonna do the whole thing. See if we can save all the rigmarole. Thankfully, y'all can't see none of that. All right, there we go. No. You see, it's already acting crazy. And it's gonna make me go through every. Okay, nah, this is what we're gonna do. Watch this, fam. I can't. I'd lose my mind if y'all make me go through 20 pages. I don't even know. Oh yeah, Priest submitted some questions. All right, Priest. I see you. I appreciate you. If you got a question live in the chat, put it right here. I'll go back and read chat in just a second. Come on, load up. Go to page 20. Go to page 20. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate you. What do we have here? All right, here we go. Did the Packers and Bears? Oh yeah, we talked about that one. That was last time. So we talked about trades. I got to update that. We've done. So I guess we just have Priest. Okay, let's do some Priest. If there are more questions, somebody let me know. But this is what I got. This is what I'm seeing right now. My goodness, 6 questions. Priest, what were you doing? Clancy, the real deal. Anyone going to compete against him for Rookie of the Year or Offensive Player of the Year? Yes. I think now that Trey's back, you're going to get some competition for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. I think as long as Colin is around, he's always going to have somebody up there for Offensive Player of the Year. Plus, I think he's putting up some big numbers with his tight end. We haven't had a tight end ever win Rookie of the Year. I think Clancy is starting to pull away, but there is some competition that's going to be coming down the pipe. Wide receiver Winslow of the Texans, can he compete with Clancy for Rookie of the Year? Oh, I'm starting to pick up on a theme here, Mr. Priest. Yes, of course, I think he can. I think it's hard not to give it to the sexy stats, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers that put up these massive stats. So clearly Clancy is ahead of the game. But will people compete? Oh, I'm so tired, y'all. Will people compete? Absolutely. People are going to give votes to other players for whatever reason. So yes, people can compete. I don't know if anybody will actually beat Clancy. If the third question's about Clancy, I'm voiding the rest, okay? Top three sack and interception leaders will then keep performing. Oh, just like, oh, okay. Let's go look. Also, not the greatest grammar and punctuated sentence right there. I'm just saying. Okay, sack leaders. I know Kinlaw is going to be up there. So Burns at 10. Garnett. What am I? Somebody fire me, please. Garrett, Kinlaw, Gary. Now, we've got some pretty good sack leaders. I don't see Burns is just going to continue to go up. Miles is going to continue to go up. I don't know if a defensive tackle can keep up that kind of rate. He had some really big games, went away, and then had a couple big games a while ago. We'll see if the Saints can keep that up. I think Gary, right, those outside positions, linebackers and defensive ends, those are going to continue to go up. I would expect those to continue. And this year, I think interceptions are going to continue. So, like my guy Brady, ain't going to try it. But Noah is playing spectacular. Brady, listen to me. Beal plays really great defense. He puts you in really tough situations. Can a safety keep it up? You would think so, but we're seeing with these new stats or sliders, we've got dropped interceptions, and sometimes guys can just go cold. Glenn's going to keep doing his thing. Dante Jackson's going to keep doing his thing. It should be fun to see. There's a lot of dudes here that are kind of clumped up together. I mean, a lot of guys, 5 up to 9. So that 5 to 8 range, which is all kind of within each other, there's a lot of dudes there. I don't think any of it's luck. I think it's an adjustment to sliders. More CPU games this year because of Steve, and Trey needs to step away. Dwayne went on vacation. I'm sure there'll be other vacations. I think those have kind of elevated stats a little bit, but I don't think any of it's just luck. Are the Saints for real ain't going to make a run? No. Offense stinks. I don't know why. Can't figure it out. I've got a stud receiver. I got a stud quarterback who I wish I would have got rid of. I got Kamara. I should have a stud offensive line, but they don't play like it. If my offense doesn't start clicking, we're not going anywhere because defense drops tons of interceptions. When we get pressure, we play really well, but they have moments where they get no pressure, as that's just Madden. So I don't think the Saints are for real, and I don't think that they will make a run. Packers always leads in interceptions. He currently only has 9. Think he can keep it up? Yes. With Clancy, Priest, we talked about that a little earlier. I'm not going to repeat myself. Allows you to not throw as many big chance balls. I think that's just who you are. I think you just like to sling it, and that's fine. But that usually comes back to bite you in Madden. But as long as you have Clancy, it gives you the ability to keep those down. If you'll get willing to take sacks, I think that's why my sack numbers are elevated, because I've been willing to take sacks. My interception numbers are way, way lower this season, but it's because I'm taking so many sacks. Go over to the top 5 teams in rushing, passing. Will they keep it up? So I think you mean passing and rushing. Let's look at pass real quick. We talked about the Browns already. Chargers, yes. That's what Colin does. He can put up numbers, put up stats. He wins a lot of games. I know his team has hit a couple of tough games here, but this is a very good team, and this is what Colin does really well. Texans is the surprise team here on offense. I think if he used Watson a little bit more rushing the ball, I always get nervous saying what I think people should do with their teams. Rodgers going to ignore me. He's a big boy, and I know I can say it about him. I think you would see that get even better. If he can continue to figure out his rushing issue, which this season he kind of has, he will continue to be a top offensive team. I already talked about the Browns. They can sling it, put up tons of points. Lions, that's going to continue to creep up, and I think we're going to see him towards the top 5. Bengals, I don't know. He's lost a lot. No Burrow, no Chase. Just lost a lot of weapons on that team. The Washington football team, this one's kind of shocking that he's this high. The Cowboys, you're going to see them come up. Jets, a little bit shocking. Falcons, I think, would be higher. So I think we're going to see a little bit of movement there. And then defense. Oh, no, you said rushing. My bad. Priest just wants to talk about his team tonight. Packers, yes, as long as he stays committed, Clancy will do great. I think, like a lot of us, you get stars in your eyes. You guys like to be talked about on Press Pass Live, and you like awards, and you like votes. You like that sexiness of the spotlight. I think you're bitten by the bug with Clancy, and you should be. He's playing amazing. You'll stay up there. Jaguars are always going to be up there. He does it in a variety of different ways. This is when we see Pepper playing the best football here, playing great defense, running the football, and he's doing that this year. Panthers feel unstoppable running the ball. Jason also doing a great job running the ball. Chiefs, a little bit of a shocker to me. Didn't expect to see him this high. Cardinals, didn't expect to see them this low. I thought that maybe they would be much, much higher. I think you'll see a little bit of movement here, but I think these teams will kind of stay put about where you see them. Let's see if there is any questions here. Oh, I was like, I don't get the ACL comment. Best player imported from Madden 21. Oh, Trey, you set me up. You and Priest tonight. All these settle. You, Priest, and Brady. I'm gonna stick you out in a little box. I'm gonna tie you up. I'm gonna throw away the key. You can't set me up with these questions. Of course, Doug Glenn is one of the sexy ones. He's a stud. I mean, he would be hard to argue against in any league. The guy's just making tons of plays. I don't really remember a ton of the other ones. Now the quarterbacks are kind of floating to the top. Massey, I think if he would have stayed with Maniac, he would definitely be one that would have to get some consideration. I don't recall any running back that was an import that has really blown it away. It could be Ben Morris, but he gives the rock to everybody over there. Receivers. Was Collins guy a receiver? Was Ridley? No, he was drafted. I think Lashley was an import. He would get some consideration, but now there's so many other weapons there. I think you're going to continue to see that one fall back. No offensive line, of course. I mean, when we talk defense, the conversation has to start with Doug Glenn. I really and honestly just, there's no way to remember everybody that people brought over. And that question was put in chat, so there was no chance to even do some homework on this one. Is there anybody from a sack perspective? Was Zach Hayes an import? Can't be. Mark Ellis would have been an import? That doesn't feel right either. No one's really coming to the top of my mind here. Imports that have made impact season after season after season on the defensive side of the ball that isn't named Doug Glenn. So we talked about Lashley. We can look at the Cardinals really fast. I don't know if it's because he's so quiet. You know, we don't hear a lot from D-Money. If that maybe is why he's not coming to the top of my mind. Manny drank the Vikings. No, that's not right. Somebody else had a really good cornerback that they brought over. I mean, Manny Drake's only got one interception so far this season. Do we have some... I guess we don't have season... I guess it would be under here, huh? Yeah. 1, 7, 6. I don't know. I guess it's really just these 7 and 6. His first season, nothing. This season, only 1. So, yeah, I forgot about your guy, Madden. Definitely worth. His stats are just stupid, right? Like his attributes are just crazy. He is not having a great season. I think injured, if I'm correct. Nothing super mind-blowing, right? Didn't break 100. I do like the 11 and 8. Like, those are solid. No interceptions, though. Let's go look at Doug Glenn. I mean, I guess I'm just spitting out Doug Glenn. We're not looking at his stats. I may go look and go, oh, I pumped Doug Glenn up further than I should have. We'll just look at these 7, 6, 8, 6 already. Those are pretty like consistent, solid numbers. 105, 131. Those are pretty good. Pretty good stats. I think next Madden, there's some running backs that have potential. Colin is always going to have a stud on offense somewhere. We're just not seeing a ton of impact defensive rookies. And so I'm not sure if we're going to continue to see those. All right, team. We're an hour and 16 minutes deep. It is way beyond my bedtime, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Good show. Great interview with Trey. If you missed any of it, go back. Watch us interview Trey. I'm looking for somebody for next week. So we've had Raj. We've had a Priest. We've had Trey. I need some more. Brady, looking for you. Who else is out there I'd love to interview? I'd love to interview some of you guys we don't ever see. Lost or Denbrew or some of the new guys. You know, Mo is back and Cincyberg and like, I don't know. It'd be fun to get some of you guys to come hang out with me. All right, guys. I'm going to bed. I might go shoot somebody before bed one time. Either way, I'm tired. We're going to get back at it tomorrow. I love you. Know that you matter. And I appreciate you deeply. And come hang out with me. Hit the like button before you get out of here, though. Even share it. And if you're not subscribed, well, darn it, why? Hit the subscribe button. Come hang out with us. Okay, guys. Peace and love.
Smash that like and subscribe.